Memorial Day weekend is one of the busiest weekends of the year on Suncoast waters, and a great time to emphasize safety as a part of National Safety Boating Week. Maybe some of the captains this weekend will be distracted by all the partiers they have on board, while others may not be familiar with Suncoast waters or may even be new to boating. So we welcome Toni Borman. She is from the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, and Petty Officer Scott Greer. He is from the U.S. Coast Guard Station in Cortez. Okay, before boaters leave shore, what should they do?
They need to make sure that they absolutely have the safety equipment that's required to be on the boat. Well, first and foremost, life jackets, absolutely. We need to have life jackets for every occupant that's on the boat. And best practice is to be wearing those life jackets while we're underway. Sometimes when things do occur, there's not always time to put on those jackets in a hurry, maybe in a moment of frustration or panic. So we encourage everybody to keep them on at all times. But at the very least, having them on the boat, making sure that they're properly fitted, especially if there's children on the boat, making sure they have youth-size life jackets that fit them appropriately, and that they're ready to use at all times.
And Toni, the auxiliary has a check so you can get your boat checked out before you hit the water this weekend.
Oh yes, ma'am. We have several places. It's a vessel safety check. It's free to anyone who wants to come, and it's we have several at the 10th Street boat ramp, and also we're going to have two on tonight and on Sunday, also at West Marine on Tamiami Trail, and then we will also have them at our new Flotilla 84 building, which was the old Barnacle Bill's restaurant.
Right.
And they'll be on Sunday also, so yes.
And there are going to be a lot of patrols on the water this weekend, Scott. What are they, when they pull you over, your heart sinks? What are they looking for?
Typically, when we take a look at a vessel, we want to make sure that obviously they have that safety equipment that they're required to have. And for information on that, there's actually a really great resource that we want to let people know about, which is the U.S. Coast Guard app. You're able to download that app for free and enter in your boat information, and it lists for all the safety equipment that we're looking for and that we expect you to have on the boat. But obviously, first and foremost is life jackets. We want to make sure everybody's having a good time, being safe, is operating the boat safely, and just doing our job to try to make sure everybody has a good Memorial Day weekend and is enjoying the Florida resources out on the water.
And no drunk driving on the water.
That's also a big one, yeah, with these holiday weekends.
And a boater may be very experienced, but not know our waters. And the waters around here are very different, right?
Oh yes, ma'am. They change continually.
And we have seagrass, right? And in some places it's very shallow. I've seen boaters hit those shallow spots and people go flying out.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, there are definitely some areas that we encourage people to try to have a little bit more intimate local knowledge of where they're going. But then again, we have marked channels. We encourage people to know the rules of the road. Again, more information that is publicly available also on our Coast Guard app. Know the rules of the road, stay in the marked channels. And keeping that situational awareness is also extremely important. And it's not all on the driver, it's for everybody on the boat. It's a team effort. Everybody needs to serve as sort of a lookout, maintain a 360-degree awareness, especially what's going on behind you. And that's a really big factor, especially the fact that we have more registered boats in the state of Florida than we've ever had before. And it's really obvious when you get out there. There's a lot of traffic, can be very dense at times. So that awareness of where you're at and what's happening around you is absolutely paramount.
And Toni, that seagrass that they may run into and tear apart, that takes a long time to heal, doesn't it?
Oh yes, ma'am, and sometimes it doesn't come back at all. And unfortunately, we need the seagrass beds because it's food for like the manatees, the dolphins, the turtles, and that's also associated with the speeds of the boats. You can't see that. You cannot see the manatees and all the turtles and dolphins when you're going on full speed. You are. I'm not saying that you are speeding. Even at the correct speed, it's very difficult. But dolphins especially, they like to go in that spray right along that boat. It's awesome, man. It is really awesome. But it takes years and years and years for that seagrass to come back, if it does.
And we certainly don't want to lose that. And even when we have the big races here, they have to be very careful of the creatures that are below the water, because there's a whole city going on down there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what would be your major advice before you hit that water?
Life jackets, safety equipment. Another really big thing that really helps us out is to file a float plan. And that's important to do, and you can use a family member, a trusted friend. You can use the Coast Guard itself, either via the app, or you can give us a call directly. Let us know where you're going, what time you plan on being back, how many people are on your boat, things of that nature. One of the most difficult things of executing a search, if we have to go out and find somebody that's maybe a little overdue, is knowing where to start and what are we looking for. So filing a floor plan is also a very, very good help to us and help to yourself as well.
That is so important. I've been on some of those searches where you didn't even know where to begin because you
That's
didn't know
correct.
where they took off from. That's
Yes.
such good information. Thank you guys so very much. The Coast Guard Auxiliary is offering those free boat safety checks at West Marine on US 41 and other locations throughout the weekend. And you can learn more about boating safety at uscgboating.org.